What is up, YouTube? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. So, my channel is, based off of like real lifetime experience, right? Especially, for a man, since I'm a man. In modern times, as we live in the society and economy where we are right now, which I'm assuming most people who are watching my videos live in the US, everything is moving fast. We are going at a fast pace. Like there's no time to even think about what is going to happen in 5 to 10 years from now. It's really more of like 3 6 months to a year. It's unfortunately this is like, the truth about the type of the economy that we live in here in America and the culture. Everything is fast paced, right? And one of the things that that I like about our economy or about living in the US is that you can make a lot of money depending on where you live and stay at here in America. Now, of course, if you live in the South, it's more stagnant. It's like there's like a certain ceiling that you'll hit and you won't make as much unless you're like living in a cardboard box or you're living in your van or car. So let's just be honest here. But as a single guy who's not in a stable relationship with a woman where they're like literally, in a partnership within the relationship, and you can even say roommates, right? Speaking for a single guy, you should be wanting to make six figures or on the way to be making six figures. And if you do plan on, finding a partner who has these same, financial goals and intentions, even better, right? Because that's like tripling your income at the end of the day. With how the economy is going and how inflation is spewing out of like wildfire in the California, area. I'm just like over exaggerating here. You need a partner, to help you out more than ever, right? If you're not living with your parents or you're not, investing your money or you're not literally watching every penny you spend, whether it's food going out, gas, electricity, the amount of air you're breathing in. I'm joking. Please don't do that. You you're gonna be like soon but surely realize that everything here is expensive because taxes add up. Man, taxes add up so quick you don't even know it. Something is like $10, they add $3 sale tax, and all of a sudden it's like $15, and it's like, bro, I literally just got here. Like, why? And then it's like I said, and then gas is going up. Sure, like gas is going up. Like in my area, it's like 4.15 a gallon, unless you're like a Sam's Club member, which is like 3.71 as I speak right now. 3.71 a gallon. That's the only thing keeping me afloat, unfortunately. But for the most part, if you are a man in your mid 20s or your early 30s or even early 20s, if you get with the program, I think you should be on your way to making six figures. When you make six figures as a man, right? You have more flexibility and room to do what you want to do with your money. Whether it's to invest into hobbies, whether it's in the get into investments, whether it's to go to school and get more skills under your belt, right? Six figures will literally put you at that high value male status level. Most guys nowadays don't want to get to six figures because I'll be honest with you, because it's very hard. You're either going to be working 7 days a week, 12 hours nonstop, or you're just going to be working 6 days a week, twice, maybe three times a month, and you're kind of just sitting back and relaxing as if like it's not a big deal. Like unless you're like a dentist, oral surgeon, doctor, even a nurse, male nurse, medical field lawyer, engineer, even I can even say, I don't really know, but I'm assuming most engineers could make six figures. It is very hard to get to the six-figure range without killing yourself at the end of the year. Like I had two coworkers that, from the beginning of the year, they looked like, regular grown men. By the end of the year, they had nothing but, white strands of hair on their facial hair and on the top of their head. And by the time the next year rolled over, they were so mentally burnt out that 40 hours was killing them. Then eventually they ran out of vacation time, PTO, then they just quit the job. Like it's so crazy to me how like a job can like literally ruin your life within a year because you were trying to get to six figures. I think optimally, or practically, right, as a man in his early third, like in his early 30s, mid 20s, early 20s, I think realistically you should learn more skills to get under your belt. You should do more side hustles like DoorDash, Instacart, like just to pay for food and gas. And that 60, $80 a day, or even Uber $60 a day, adds up by the end of the month before fees and all that other extra overhead costs, right? I think you should do that. You should learn more skills because, I mean, why not? Like you're the main character. What's wrong with learning more skills? The more skills you know, the more bills you can pay with those skills. And then on top of that, you should have a high paying job on the full time, like whether it be working at a factory, working at a warehouse as a manager, right, or whatever you do, where you're making over 50K yearly before taxes. So in other words, gross. If you are grossing over 50K yearly, you should have no problems trying to make more money by then. And I know what you're saying. Talk is cheap. Look, for the past 3 years of my life, I've worked at a factory, and I have net 75 to 78K a year. But for the first time in my life, because of inflation, how gas prices are going up, my brain has been wired to think differently now. I'm in survivor mode, but also at the same time, I got food in my stomach and I got water to drink every single day. I live and breathe and talk. So, and oh, I forgot, most importantly, I got shelter, right? So it's not a big deal, but I'm just thinking long term because the moment gas reaches $7 or $10 a gallon, there will be nobody on the roads to do anything. I put it right now. More people will own Prius or those old diesel, not old diesel, but those old cars that can, drive off of seed oils, which I just found out today, than anybody will ever own a pickup truck or, a gas guzzling V8 muscle car. Unless you got money like that to blow, you're not going to choose those cars over like a Prius, Camry, or Corolla because it's not practical in this economy. As a wise man once said, uh, invest into stability and practicality, but rent the fun stuff. So just FYI, or I mean, just to put the word out there, every man should have the goal to reach six figures in the next 3 to 5 years of his lifetime. It should be no problem, especially if he's single, especially if he's single. And if you're not doing that, you're just out here chasing women and just BSing your time that you have been gifted on this earth. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys later.